back to the Wow Embossing YouTube channel. It's Erica with you today, and we are going to make a couple of slimline cards today. I am going to be using the slimline die cutting system from Picket Fence Studios, and I've already taken out the two rectangular panels that I'm going to be using here. So there's a big one and a small one, so you can overlap and kind of build up your cards a little bit, which is exactly what I'm going to be doing. So on this one, oh yes, I've also forgot to add my introduction. It's the Rainbow Holic, Erica here. So we're going to be making a couple of rainbow slimline cards. So here I am just measuring out how many stripes of colored cardstock I'm going to be managing to fit in on this panel. And then we're also going to be using these wow changers today. And I have never used this texture one. So we are going to dive in the deep end and mix some up with clear gloss, because I want to keep the thing that I'm going to make is basically clouds. So I want to keep them white, but I want to try the texture because I've not tried that one before. So now that we got some of that jibber jabber out of the way, we are going, and by we I mean me, yes, I know. We are going to be making some cards, but, oh, I forgot. We also have a bit of a, what to use moment. But we will figure that out as we go along. Now, we are going to take these stripes and we're going to add them to this first card base. And at this point, I did think that I was only going to be making one card. But things tend to escalate in my craft room, and it did so today as well. So here I have first done one. And here I'm going to be mixing the changer powder. So what I've done with the Glitz that I'm completely obsessed with, which I'm also going to be using later on in the video, is I've mixed about 50-50 clear gloss to the changer powder. So first we're a little bit sloppily adding about half a jar full of clear gloss powder to this sheet of paper, because we're also going to need to mix it, so we need a little bit of space for all of this. And then we're going to put my massive jar of clear gloss powder away, and I do love those bigger size because then you don't run out so quickly. Yeah. So then we are going to hop in with the Glitz powder, and this one has a bit of like a vanilla look to it almost, so you can see that there's just a slightly different tint to it, but it's all going to get mixed up, so don't worry about that. And then we're going to just fold up the ends of this paper and kind of roll it back and forth and mix this up. And then we're going to pour all that back into the empty container to make sure that we keep it all in one place and that we know exactly where it's going to go. So when you get the changers, you get 3 of the sheen, texture and glisten, and you also get an empty pot, so you can mix up your powders and keep them in there. And then to make sure that we know exactly what's in there, we're going to put a label on this as well. Check me out being all organized. It doesn't happen every day. It's okay when I say it, okay? It's not like being mean to myself, is it? So here, oh yes, we interrupt the card making by introducing little Mr. Gecko, who showed up in my craft room. Look at this cute little guy. He was actually on the wall and he just hopped into my hand when I went to save him. So cute. Right, back to the card making. So here, I was a little bit unhappy with the fact that the pink, or the fuchsia, and the purple got kind of chopped off. So I thought, you know what, why not make another one? Like I need an excuse, right? But I did dilly-dally back and forth here and kind of try to sort of see what was going to work. But I did actually do something slightly unexpected, even for me. Yes, I didn't fill the whole panel, and I trimmed down and made sure that I only had the ones that actually fit. So here we are going to go for a happy birthday because, why not? It's nice and fun. But sadly, the camera didn't actually show it up close there, but I had taken 3 and laid them up. And then I cut out 2 different pieces of cloud of white cardstock. And these are the ones we're going to be using the changers on. So I have put down a sheet of acetate and then gone to town with my embossing pad, because you want to make sure that that's really, really well covered. And then we're going to sprinkle, 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 sprinkle and then shake a shake. And that's our panel first done. So this we're gonna put on my cute little corkboard. Cute, it's not cute actually, it's just a corkboard. But we're gonna do that one, and then we're gonna do the second piece as well. And because at this stage I wasn't sure, again, I know it's like, it's so willy-nilly in my craft room, you wouldn't believe it. But I wasn't sure which one I was gonna use as the bottom layer or the top layer. So I thought, well, I'll just, you know, cover everything in the powder, because why not, you know. And then we're gonna clear this up a little bit, and then we're gonna heat set these with the heat tool. And I did use the fastest setting on this, so number 2, and then was setting this. And sadly, you can't see this really well, but we will have a little close up at that once it's all set. So that's first piece done, and then we're gonna do the second one. And as I said, I did the other 2 in the Glitz. So I wanted to see how these looked up close, because, you know, what's the point of experimenting if you don't get 2 different things, you know? So here we are going to look a little bit closer, but it doesn't give it justice really. And I did seem to manage to get a little bit of like fluff and futz in there as well. So I think that piece is going to go on top of that one, just to cover up the little boo-boos, but, or maybe not, we'll see. Anyway, so those 2 we're going to put aside, and then we are going to do our other 2 pieces, as I said, in Glitz. And I do really like how they turned out, but with the Glitz, because I do like a bit of a sparkle, I'm not going to lie, I'm really not going to lie, that you see that, but unfortunately I did burn it a little bit there at the bottom, so we're going to fix that quite quickly. But all you have to do is go in, tap on the ink pad, because this doesn't have to be precision, and then add a bit more powder, and then gently set that again, and then you're good to go. So there's a little hack for you as well if you're like me, a bit over keen with the heat tool. There are ways to save it, so don't despair if you manage to mess it up a little bit. And another thing here is with the heat embossed pieces is that it's quite difficult to get them to stick if you just use like the roll-on tape thing. So I did end up using both the double-sided tape and a bit of wet glue as well, or like Pritt stick actually, because I ran out of my lawn fawn glue tube right in the middle. And then you put something heavy on top, and then just leave it to dry, and then everything will stick where it's supposed to go. And then when it's dry, that's when you go in and you trim off anything. Because if you do it while it's wet, it can actually shift. And then if you don't notice while you're doing it, wah, wah, wah. Ask me how I know that too. Yes, so with this all done, we are then going to go in and kind of finish off the rest of the cards. So we have our Glitz on the right hand side, which is kind of more of a, not pastels, but lighter colors. And then we have like our heavy ones, or heavy, it's not heavy, is it? It's like darker colors with the ooh, texture, that's it. There we go. And then on these little sentiments, what I've done as well is all these are laid up. And I have used the Glitz on the happy birthday, and I've used clear on the friend, just to kind of make it stand out a little bit. You almost sort of, when you use clear embossing powder on word sentiments like this, they kind of end up looking like puffy stickers. And I love that look, really, really love that look. And I love also doing this sort of thing with word dies, because it just elevates your card in such a simple way. And with the high that's over on the card already, what I've done is instead of layering it up with lots of cardstock, I actually took a little bit of foam sheet. Yes, so this is just like fun foam, nothing fancy whatsoever. It's not even double-sided. I've run out of my amazing stuff that I've been using for years, and now I can't get it anywhere. Oh, drama. But anyway, so the top bit is, actually we're gonna just have a quick little look-see there. Look at that. Isn't that fun? And there's my little hack again with the tweezer and the corkboard to keep all your word dies in place so you don't burn your fingers. But this is what I mean with the puffy sticker look. So like that shininess on top, it just makes everything pop, even in white. Huh? Cool, So this is how they are going to end up, and then we're just going to glue all this down, and then your cards are done. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, right? And fun, and colourful. And great to send to see people that you haven't seen, like the whole year, because who's seen anyone this year, right? Am I right? Yeah, it's been a long year. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna stop before I hop into a bit of a wah wah wah, poor me moment. So we're just gonna have a quick little look-see up close on these cards, and then I'm gonna let you get going. If you want to read about this rather than listening to my jibber jabber, the blog post is up on the Wow Embossing blog as well. I don't know what's going on with my speech today. It's like crazy. Right, but here we are. Hi friend, happy birthday. Have a lovely one, and thank you so much for stopping by today. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more reasonable and well-spoken tutorials.